Global Kutch time. Today is March 19th, 2026, and the Michigan State Spartans just beat the North Dakota State Bisons 92-67. The Spartans handily move on to the second round after handing the loss to the Bisons. The people that had a good game were the people you expected to have a good game. Carson Cooper tied his career high of 20 points, and even Denham Wojcik, the backup point guard for the Spartans now, had his season high of 4 points. Obviously, there's a lot tonight. Carson Cooper ties his career high of 20 points, also has 10 rebounds, also shoots 6 for 6 from the free throw line, something that he has worked on through his career and has really improved from the free throw line, and it's really shown this season. He's shooting well over 70%. Um, and he gets fouled because obviously he's only going to shoot inside the paint, only going to really shoot floaters, some layups, some dunks. So he's going to get fouled often, and that's just how centers work in college basketball and just how it's work overall. They will get fouled, they go to the line, and him being a good free throw shooter, it will help the Spartans so much during this run that they're trying to go on. And yes, Carson Cooper 20 points, great. Could have easily broken his career high, or not easily. He could have tried a lot more to break his career high. He had 20 points of about, and still played about probably 3 minutes plus after that point. I think he missed two buckets. One was actually both of them were kind of bad. The misses he had after, but still a very nice game overall. He will be a huge part um, of the offense, of the defense. He did have a couple defensive lapses, but that will happen in a long game. You have to save some energy here and there. Offense though was good. Was in that rolling spot. Uh, Fears was dishing him the whole night, racking up the assists. And Cooper is one of the most important players for this team on both ends. And if he can continue nights like tonight, it will make the Spartans' chances to win a lot better. Cohen Carr continues that March Madness scoring run, that the March Madness kind of step up he likes to take. He took last year. I mean, had 17 points. He made a 3-pointer. Was 1 for 2. Other one wasn't good, but had some dunks, had some layups. This is just a nice night. Probably could hopefully grab some more rebounds, but that job Kohler and Coop handled handedly. Just a nice night from Carr overall. Was hustling on both ends. Um, just a nice night. I mean, it's what you want from Cohen Carr. It's a bit more than you're averagely going to get, but it's just what you want. Jackson Kohler had a nice night. 12 points, 9 rebounds, almost double double. Main thing is for him is just shot 3 for 6 from three. His 3 point has kind of been up and down. He started the season lights out, shooting up I think over 50% for about the first two months. Really until conference play started. Then conference play starts, and he kind of takes a step off. He struggled a lot more, and he slowly kind of built that back up. And just a nice night tonight again from that 3 point line. And if he can get that pick and pop, if he can get the catch and shoot threes, it'll again just another asset to the Michigan State Spartans offense that some nights struggles to find a bucket. Cam Ward has one of his best games, probably his second best game in his college career so far. Obviously, his best game coming in his second ever game versus Arkansas very early on into the season. He has his second most points of 13 points. Um, Second most points being like second most in his career. And then he also had 2 nice blocks. He had a steal that led to a nice dunk. He was perfect from the field. I think he was 6 for 6. Just 1 for 2 for the line. When he had some free throws, he might have all been dunks. It might have all been dunks. But so what? Cam Ward doesn't need to do anything else when he's on the court. If he's open for the dunk, he has the power to go for it. He has mobility to go for it. So why not do it? And like, it doesn't have to be Cam Ward every game, but like the Spartans will need someone off the bench to have a nice night basically every single night. Whether it's Cam Ward, whether it's Kurtang, whether it's even Trey Fort, who's getting more run. Basically, one of those 3 guys, the main guys off the bench, will need to help from the scoring end. If they don't, it'll put a lot of pressure on the starters, and some nights they're not going to be able to handle that, especially once you get to the later rounds, if they get to the later rounds, which I expect them to at least make the win next game. When the Sweet 16 is when you really face the big dogs of like especially UConn, the 2 seed. Jeremy Fears has an interesting night. Very, very good facilitating night. He has 11 assists. 9 of them coming in the first half. Was on pace. Not on pace, but was just below pace for breaking the record in a game in March Madness. But then he only gets 2 assists in the entire second half. He got 11 assists pretty early on in the second half. Just kind of the guys actually was missing open shots and just unlucky to not be able to get some more assists. Had 7 points, made a 3-pointer, only 2 for 6 from the field. Not his best shooting tonight, but obviously doesn't need that offensive scoring that he usually brings. But he will need to score. He is usually one of the best scorers for the Spartan roster on most nights. 6 field goals is pretty low for him shooting wise, but he was facilitating. So not like tonight, didn't need him fully. But again, once you get in the deeper turns, further games, even next game, Louisville will be a tough opponent. He'll need to do more. There's some bad. The turnovers weren't the best controlled. Jordan Pierce had 4, kind of expected, a little bit probably more than you want from him. Just some sloppy offense going on right there. Cohen Carr also had 3. You never want Cohen Carr to have above 2. And one was really odd. He tried to save it out of bounds and then he just chucked it. He chucked it half court, and it caused backcourt violations once Kurting touched it just to get it over with, so they could reset and get on defense. It's got to handle that more. It's not the worst. 12's not the worst. It's just turnovers are something that the Spartans struggle with, and you want it controlled early on into March Madness and not have it continuously grow as a problem. Next game is Saturday, obviously. First weekend of March Madness, second round of 32, against Louisville, who just beat South Florida earlier today. It's 6-11 game. That was a much closer game. What was a pretty competitive game basically the whole time. I think Louisville, but only won by about 4. But South Florida was solid. I think they ended up winning the American over Wichita State. Louisville's had a solid season. They've been kind of there from like the edge of the top 25. Sometimes they're in it, sometimes they're not. Some are pretty high, and just how they were. Similar to last year, so they're a little bit lower than last year. But obviously, Michigan State will be expected to win. They're the 3 seed. Louisville's the 6 seed. So Michigan State should win. I'd expect them to win. I'd be very surprised if this Spartan team gets out in the first weekend. But never know. But hopefully the Spartans can get that win and move on to next weekend. Thank you.